Hello, good afternoon, and welcome, RPG Lumen Break fans, Mystic Quest fans, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Game 3, lower bracket, semifinal number 1-ish. We have the Fixed Dice versus Lost in Slab translation. Very exciting stuff here. My name is Luffy. I'm joining the booth with my buddy Sir Linkalot. Sir Linkalot, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Luffy. How about yourself?
I can't complain. It's a great Saturday. We got some awesome randomizer stuff going on here. We got a great marathon going on also on our main channel. It's just a good weekend for gaming and a game 3 to boot. So, I mean, let's go, right?
Yeah, nice, exciting race. And since this is lower bracket too, it really is. It's win or go home at this point. Whoever wins gets to move on to face Man Bear Possum. Whoever loses, unfortunately, their tournament run is done.
Yeah, always sad to see a tournament come to an end, but always fun to play a game, and a game 3 nonetheless. So this should be really exciting stuff today. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I've been keeping an eye on this ever so slightly, but I'm not participating in the tournament. So, like, why don't you give our listeners here a little bit of a rundown? Like, how are things looking? You said semifinal 1-ish. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, so the way the brackets played out, I mean, we did start with the Swiss round. There was 3 rounds of Swiss. The top 4 out of Swiss, they ended up going in the brackets. First and second seed were in the upper bracket. Whoever won that match, they were immediately in the finals. Whoever lost it kind of went down to lower brackets, and they're waiting to see who wins this race. And then whoever wins this race goes to face Man Bear Possum in this case. Losers out. Whoever wins between the winner of this and Man Bear Possum, they end up in the finals. And then we have the grand finals against the 2 teams and see who wins the whole tournament.
Yeah. Very exciting. Love the racing. Love seeing stuff like this. This is the first time I think we've crossed over between Mystic Quest and FFR. I know, we got a lot of crossover in the community between runners, so it made sense at some point to just have a tournament with it. And Archipelago is a great way to do it. We got some really cool stuff. For those of you that don't know, Archipelago, we're taking both of these games, we're throwing them in a blender, and we're mixing items between all of them. So, your items for Mystic Quest will be in FFR and vice versa. So both teams are in a voice channel together communicating. This really, teamwork comes into play quite a lot, and communication is huge for tournaments like this, don't you think?
I'd say communication is definitely huge, because if you're going in the final dungeon and your final dungeon, like this just happened with myself and Fizzle. I told Fizzle, hey, you've got like 4 to 5 minutes to do whatever you want. My dungeon will take longer. He took that opportunity to do a quick little grind, get some levels, which might have helped him on his Topher dive.
For sure. Looking at some of the flags, I was taking a quick look. I can speak to the FFR stuff. You're going to see Thief, Red Mage on both the runners there. That's a Forced Melee and a Forced Mage. Pretty good. Thieves are strong in these flag sets from what I was seeing. 2 Nuns in there for both of them. We're going to be able to pick up Adventurers gated behind Fiends. Nuns will also be gaining XP as we go. So these runners, we will pick up their party members and have them with some levels on them, which is pretty handy because, I don't know about you, but it definitely could be a little annoying sometimes to have, 2 level 12 members and then a level 1 guy that keeps getting mowed down by something silly when you're just trying to get levels on them. So I like that little wrinkle these flag crafters put in there.
Yeah, it kind of helps those members kind of just get up to speed right away, not have to worry about, I got this member, I really want to use them. But I got to take the time to get them up to where they're not just getting one shot by everything, that I'm where I should be. As far as the Mystic Quest side as Plagues, main things are we do start off with a river coin on both sides, and that's to mainly make sure that they don't hit BK mode too soon. Other than that, we have our overworld is completely shuffled, and kind of the big wrinkle on the Mystic Quest side is our crest warps are shuffled. Typically, you always need the Mobius crest to get to the ship dock to get to the final dungeon. In this case, it could be any one of the 3 crests at any one of the locations on top of that.
Oh, very cool. I'm excited to see how this plays out. I don't know much about Mystic Quest. I've watched some of the races here. I watched you and Fizzle do it. Your teamwork was pretty on point, which is, a testament to why you guys are where you are. We're about to get off and running. I dropped the gate on the runners about almost 10 minutes ago, and we'll get some action and see how this plays out.
Yeah, like I said, it's been about 10 minutes, so we should be seeing the runners get going any point, and then we'll kind of get to see what we've got at level 1 spells. What are we going to start out with as a weapon on Mystic Quest, because that can significantly change how your early game goes too, and everything. So,
yeah,
excited.
Yep. Shuffle Towns is a little wrinkle in here as well for the FFR players. So we're going to get Corneria to start, but we might not see level 2 magic or level 3 and 4 magic right away. It might be something like a Gaia or a Lefane. And you hear Lefane, you're like, ooh, Lefane, great. But Superstore's off. We can't make it too easy for the runners here. So routing will come into play, and, definitely the communication factor, like you said. I'm excited to see how this plays out between both these games.
Yeah, and I saw a little bit of like wiggling around on the menu, so I'm guessing that might have been the 10-second it's time to go. And well, should be getting, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Oh, so yeah, there we go. Okay.
All right, we're off and running.
All right, so we start off with a Claw, which is pretty big on Mystic Quest. Claws lock a good chunk of checks.
We got Ice 2, Harm 3, Exit, a level 1 magic spread across white and black. Hint givers are not on, unless that was really quick there for Fellison.
I don't think they're on. We had an Ice and a Lock 2, I saw. Doing a quick map check on Tybalt's side. There is a lot. And we've got Lava Dome sitting there, which Lava Dome is pretty much the biggest set of checks for Mystic Quest side.
Lock 2 Hammer, that's pretty good, cheap and nice. Item magic is on for these FFR runners too, so we might be seeing something a little bit better, but that lock item, it's nice to see. Oh. So, eagle-eyed runner or viewers might see that Scar and Fellison both taking a trap box there. I was talking to you about this beforehand. We got 20 trap boxes out there, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's anything good in them. We get an AP item, so it's a shard.
I'm not going to argue. I mean, you wish it was free, but you're not going to argue about getting a shard, which that is something we kind of missed when we were going over the flags. Final Fantasy randomizer side, it's not clear all 4 fiends. We need 28 shards, and on the Mystic Quest side, it's not find the Sky Coin. We need to find 24 Sky Coin fragments to be able to hit the final dungeons.
Oh, okay. We had an Ice 2 weapon also for sale there, which is pretty good for that early sweeper magic. We like that. Guards for sale. What's a guard?
I believe that's Fog.
Oh, okay.
Fog, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we do have, as you see there, new consumables on. I'm used to seeing full cures and blasts and stuff, but guards, I'm not sure. Fog 2 makes a lot of sense. And we start with the canoe as well, as you see Fellison walking over the river tiles there. She's just, prioritizing her routing.
So far, the biggest checks we've seen. We have gotten a couple of kind of like key items on the Final Fantasy side. We've seen like bottles, slab, TNT. Big thing for Mystic Quest, we have the Cupid Locket though. That will protect against confusion, which is kind of a killer a lot of the time in Mystic Quest.
AP item for sale here. Ooh, fast level 8. That's not great, but maybe we get lucky and find a fast item somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say we saw that, and we also saw Cure 4 was level 7 too. So kind of those big spells you really want to see. It's like you saw them, but not where you want to see them.
Yeah, the scaling here not too bad. The boss stats are 100, 180, so they're gonna roll vanilla or better for sure. The HP is jacked up a little bit though, 100 to 250. So that HP is gonna be pretty big.
Yeah, they are definitely some chunky boys.
Mm-hmm.
We're be seeing here.
It's Scar and Felson kind of tracing each other's steps here. It was a little divergence left and right.
Tybalt sending an opal bracelet over to Scar.
Nice. That's some really good defense, probably. And even so, if not, like even if it rolled a -3, you can sell that for some pretty decent cash.
Yeah, I think you'll end up using it for the armor right
now.
now.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, we've been seeing quite a few items being sent as well. Just like, you know, maybe not the greatest weapons, but in this, all weapons can cast some kind of spell. So something like you saw defense, usually used to that being ruse. It might be ruse. It's a possibility, but odds are we're going to see a different spell. Maybe it's something big, like we talked about. Fast at level 8. If you find it on an item, you don't care where fast hit anymore.
Yep. Just a little bit of cash in that trap box there. So that doesn't guarantee we're going to find anything good in these trap boxes. And they're not marked, which is kind of cute.
Let's see. I thought so. Level 3 magic. I thought I saw. I know I saw Quadex and heal too. I missed what that fourth or the third spell that they picked up. But what we got? Invis, I guess, is the only really good spell there that I'd consider taking. Brack. So.
Brack's pretty good. I like Brack.
Our sweepers, though, are feeling kind of, depending on where you're going, feel kind of bad. Because when you only really have Ice 2, okay, you had Warp. That was the other one. When you only have Ice 2 as a sweeper, that kind of makes a lot of these early dungeons, they're all right, but at the same time, they're not. Because you see a lot of undead in the early dungeons. And undead resist Ice really well. So it's not what you really want. We do have a big pickup. Felison sending Wildham the Dragon Claw.
That's big, right? What does that do exactly?
So, as far as in battle, it can apply almost essentially every status effect in the game. Okay. It's an upgrade to the claw. It's the third upgrade to the claw. Normally the claw lets you climb walls, but the Dragon Claw also extends and lets you grab onto poles. It is hard required for Go mode.
Oh wow, okay.
Every seed requires this no matter what.
Seems like it's an okay location for it though, for both teams, because we're gonna find that. That's early enough on, and an early sphere enough check where we're gonna do that. With AP, we're opening a lot of boxes, so both teams will have that for sure.
Yep.
Yeesh.
Oh, there's some fire. I mean, you got fire. So you got some fire 2s, you got some heal 2s. Not bad item magic there. To be honest.
That's okay. You know, we'd like to see a little bit better, but to your point, you know, the undead resisting those ice spells, that fire 2 stick can do a little bit of work for us.
Yep. What else? So what do you got? See, we got an Invis 2, we got some Cure 2, so we've got some decent item magic actually.
Looks like that coral sword is the Brack sword today, which is kind of funny.
Who needs Brack? I'll just use my items.
Yeah, Warp and Quadex. Saber 2, I mean, I like seeing that for, you know, this Thief when we promote, because we're probably going to want to promote, I think, for sure here in these flags, unless we get that Masa sent to us or found.
Ooh. Okay, so Life was also there, but that's Whitelock. So
yeah,
you're hoping for maybe, depending on who you are, you might be hoping that you find that Life magic, or a White Mage to learn that White magic.
Yeah, White Mage is not too bad so far in the early game. You know, they had Harm 3 also, which would be a decent enough sweeper to have. And then, like you said, that life spell is may not be required, but definitely good to have.
Yep. All right, so another kind of big pickup. We found our first sword. For Wildham, we found his own Knight Sword. Sword level really doesn't matter as far as what it does on the map. You can push like statue switches. It's really mainly for Ice Pyramid in this case, and Giant Tree as well. What it does do in combat, if you equip it and it's not the Steel Sword, at least the Knight Sword, does give you a little bit of a speed boost, which sometimes can make or break a fight if you outspeed somebody.
I see Tybalt there hinting for the exit book. What was the exit book do, and why would we be hinting for that?
So the exit book, pretty much the exact same thing as it does in Final Fantasy 1. It immediately warps you out of a dungeon. In Mystic Quest, it also has a couple extra things that were patched in. It also will take you back to the very starting point on the world map, so it's a nice quick way back. It also does have an effect on a couple of the bosses in your final dungeon. You can just exit them. You won't get experience for it, unfortunately, but it's insta-kill, so it makes those fights quicker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so definitely a nice item to have. I like to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do know exit. It's somewhere in Mystic Quest because we didn't see where it is. If it would have been in Final Fantasy, we would have seen where that was. But since we didn't actually get a kind of a feedback on it, we know it's somewhere in Mystic Quest. So if we see Tybalt maybe beelining somewhere, we might know why now.
Yeah. Life 2, Fire 2 here in Provoca. So Life 2, the Red Mage is spared. We don't necessarily need to find a White Mage now. They'd be nice. But the Red Mage does have Life 2. That's okay.
Yeah, I think the big thing, I'd have to double check the flags myself. I believe Life 1 is usable in combat.
It is, yeah. That's what I was just pulling up the check as well to make sure. Yep. Life 1 only in battle. So Life 2, great to have, but Life 1 would add that security during battle for sure. Felson doing the Ice Cave play over Volcano.
So I kind of like this because if you can get in and get out with levels, makes that Volcano play a lot better, and you might be able to take carry out instead of having to get down and then either you wipe to something or you try carry and wipe to it. Can make a big deal later in the race if you get through Volcano cleanly.
Yeah, definitely. I always like to make Volcano that one stop. I don't want to go in there, get down, like you said, to Kelly, and then get turned away. We have Alt Fiends on, so not necessarily guaranteed to be Kelly, but, still, you'd like to one-shot Volcano, and the 2 shards, you don't really want to leave them behind, especially if you're full clearing the dungeon.
Yeah, definitely. And we are getting divergence on the Final Fantasy 1 side. It looks like Scar is heading towards the Melmond Earth Cave area, Phillison staying kind of on that first continent. We're sticking with the ice potentially, and I would imagine Volcano afterwards. Volcano's got so many checks, even just the armory floor, it's kind of hard to just like, I'll come back for that later. It's like, hopefully not. You're probably finding something you want in Volcano.
Oh, Red Mage took a wipe there. Ship, that's probably pretty huge.
Yeah, I would say that's, we haven't seen a hint for Floater yet. Let's see, Wildhand just got Wakewater, it looks like, as well.
Oh, that is a terrifying tile. Jeez.
But yeah, ship's kind of big because depending on where we find Floater, if it's not in, somewhere in Mystic Quest, if it's anywhere in the northern half of the world, we need ship and canal.
Yep.
So that's kind of a big pickup. Especially, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a hint for canal coming out soon.
Yep. What's the threshold for hints here? Is there a percentage? Is like
yeah, it's 10% of your checks.
Okay.
I know on the Mystic Quest side it's 25%, and I want to say Final Fantasy's 22 checks.
Gotcha. Felson, taking these fights, don't hate that. We are getting levels even on that Red Mage while they're taking a nap, and the Thief has just enough evade and item magic to probably make this work.
I mean, it makes sense for, like, skipping the gargoyles, they're not worth a lot, but that was just a spike tile. In the other case, it was an actual box, so you don't want to just ignore it.
Right.
In case there is one critical item in there, because when you kind of leave it, it's just like, when am I coming back?
Yeah. Hopefully never.
Yeah, hopefully never until your partner hints something. It's like, that box you couldn't get? It's like, yeah, I kind of need that.
Yep.
Or you hint your own item and you're like, man, I really wish I would have got that box now.
I see magic rings and refreshers as well for the Mystic Quest. Magic ring help at all?
So, if we didn't have the Cupid Locket, yes. It's the kind of the second accessory level.
Mhm.
The Cupid Locket's an upgrade, and Mystic Quest, originally it was, I think there was some kind of like broken stuff with it. But it is whatever your highest one is, regardless of when you find it, that's the one you will have. So
Gotcha.
nice to have it, but we already have better. So it's just kind of like, I'll put this on, but it doesn't do anything for me now.
Mm-hmm. Felson, resetting out of ice there after full clearing it. I mean, probably was thinking like I'm not going to get through this spike tile out if I drop down. That was a seafood party pack, and you know, lobsters are nasty.
I mean, it also makes sense because you lost the red mage. So
Yeah.
unless you're coming in a volcano solo thief, you would have to go all the way back to resurrect the red mage and then come back. So it does kind of make sense to just, I'm gonna reset out and be done.
Yeah, we full cleared the dungeon. To your point, we didn't leave any items behind for our partner. We can pick up our levels again as we go. Like they'll come a lot faster once we get our shards.
I don't know how I feel about this spike. This might be one of those spike tiles where I just say no.
Yeah.
Because you got ice too as your sweeper.
Yeah.
That's not something you want to see. Wild Hem, seeing that there's nothing potentially important, or there's nothing important as far as the box between Twin Head Wyvern there, or Hydra. I don't remember seeing the map to where if that might be a necessary thing, because we do have Wake Water already too. So there is a possibility that might be our actual logical progression towards the Aquaria area if we don't find a sand coin somewhere.
Those frost dragons came to, aren't playing around either. They smacked really hard on that thief with that extra evasion.
Yeah, I remember we, fellas, and we saw the white dragon just smack the red mage. That's what took the red mage down in Ice Cave. It's like, yeah, how about 3 of them? It's just like,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah, usually frost dragons are like, they're decent XP. It's fine. You like to take that fight, but sometimes, the dragons are dragons.
Yeah. We see I.
Okay.
Is this a tile or was this?
I think that was a box.
No,
Oh, that's a tile. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That's a really ideal tile too. That's yeah.
Yeah, because that's would be this. Oh well, red gargoyles say here become statues. You're gonna stick around for a while.
God, they're the worst.
They really are. That fire, like, that's a free one on that bottom box, isn't it? Oh, wait,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, Volcano Armory is paying out.
Yeah. Herb, rod. Wow. Okay.
There's a hint for the floater. I thought I saw something else, but I went up. Oh, it was White Seal. That's right. It was so probably the second best spell that you can get in Mystic Quest. So offense as far as on Wild M side, already 13. So when find a good place to get seeds, you've got some offense on Benjamin now, or in this case, we've got Rosa.
Looks like Scarstruck out there, I think, in Earth Cave, so going to be walking back. I think Volcano here is, if not the answer, it's leading to wherever it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that floater hint, so we know that floater's somewhere in Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, we have the ship, we don't have the canal.
Mm-hmm.
So I would guess that we're gonna find the canal somewhere on Mystic Quest. Or never mind, we can find the floater right there in Gurgu Volcano. Okay.
Wow. Okie dokie.
We'll scratch that entirely. The world is now open to Final Fantasy 1, minus, we can't get into Mirage Tower Sky Palace, and we can't get to Sea Shrine yet.
Yeah, key locks are also, kind of locked, I guess you would say, but that's full world access for the most part. You love to see it.
Yeah, you are happy about that.
Yeah. Volcano provides. Agamas are rude.
I feel really bad for that red mage, fellas. Just like I'm here. It's just like And this is one thing I like what Scar did, is put the red mage down in slot, either slot 3 or 4, doesn't matter which one, but put that down instead of slot 2, so your evasion thief is getting a majority of the attacks compared to, we'd be sitting right now at what I think it's 66-33%.
Yep, that feels correct. Scar moved their mage down to slot 4 immediately, so
yeah, and I like that a lot better, just because like you don't want your red mage getting punched. You want the thief getting punched because the thief is going to probably evade the attack. Your red mage, probably not. And I don't even think Felicin has that opal bracelet, but I don't think we saw it get equipped.
I don't think that she's going to give her her try at whatever fiend is over here. I think we're going to orphan the 2 shards with the solo thief going, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's typically, the encounter table doesn't seem completely terrible, so it wouldn't be, you know, a bad idea. It's like, hey, I'll come back later and just get the 2 shards, or once I have some more levels, especially if you're probably going to peek what's behind the boss at the very least.
Yeah, we're gonna check that red dragon chest as well, I think, for sure.
Or try to.
Yeah, at the very least, try. Zombie dragons there.
I've seen many runs where it's just like, I'm gonna check this chest, and either the spike tile or the chest says, that's what you thought.
Yeah, you were going to check it, but no, you will not. Ooh, metal slimes and zombie dragons back to back here. Those are 2 very decent spike tiles as the zombie dragons.
That was an exact damage crit for a kill.
Yeah, wow.
That feels terrible, because that's like all you really needed to get, and then you can at least see what you have behind carry. Dying there is just like, well, that's probably never happening now.
Yeah. But getting in the air is a decent consolation. Aegis Shield pickup for Wild. Aegis Shield's pretty big, I think, for Mystic Quest. Is that correct?
Yeah, Aegis Shield will protect against petrification is the big one. And Tybalt's just got noble armor, so we got some armor upgrades going on that side. Yeah, petrification. The worst thing in Mystic Quest is going to be status effects. Period. Because you only have 2 party members, so if somebody gets infected with a status effect, especially, you know, petrification, other person just needs to get petrified or killed, and that's it. Confusion, they can literally just kill your party depending on what kind of spells they have. It's not a good time.
So yeah, sand coin pickup there for Felicin, giving the Wild Ham. That's big also. And hey, look, we got Nuke at level 5, which is, I guess that's the least convenient spot it could be, but it's also not as bad as it could have been. Then there are fast items. You'll love it.
I was like, we got some good news though. We got fast items. We did find a katana. Tybalt found a katana in Giant Tree, it looks like.
Okay.
So, is this the box? I think it is the box. What was there? Okay, it was just a sky fragment. So they do have flares, which are essentially item uses of the nuclear skill.
Okay.
I already used those nuclears or the flares to check that 3 Frost Dragon box.
Okay.
Ended up just being a sky fragment, so not huge, not like game changing, but it is 1 extra shard. And who knows that, you know, it's possible that puts them into go mode a little bit faster.
Yep. Also getting the information of this eye being on a very, very convenient tile.
Yeah, and they're not. I mean, they don't seem that thick either. Like they're usually falling like 2 ice casts, so
yeah,
you know, if you find, this might be one of those ones, if you find a black belt hidden behind somewhere, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna kill everybody off, and we're going black belt strats.
Yeah, I think you might. Like, black belts are always just so safe. You know, we found that katana, like you said. I'm assuming that's probably a check that Wild Ham will also get. But I mean, black belts are cheat codes for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, especially this one. Like the scaling's not that bad either, so it's like you don't need to necessarily take that black belt all the way to 42 unless you just want to feel super safe. You've got fast items. Seen some of the other items, like the black belt's almost got everything it needs to. Like, I'll just man mode it if you all die. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If you're worried about insta deaths, that's pretty much it.
That opal ring did roll -3, by the way. So I mean, that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And Scar gonna sit on the eye for at least thinking about it, wondering, what they're gonna do next. I assume that because they hinted for the floater, they know it's here, and they're just checking as they go. So this is fine. I mean, maybe they have enough juice to get through whatever's behind Kelly.
Yeah, it's possible. Might be what you're thinking is get some levels up here. It might make it. It's just you are kind of doing that gamble a little bit that you can get through it. Because if you die, you keep all the AP items. They go to a server, so all these AP items we're keeping. But the levels, you don't keep those if you die, unfortunately. Save on game over is not turned on.
Yep. Scar's HP is in a pretty good spot here. Both party members over 200 feels, decently secure to at least finish out this dungeon and think about maybe going through the end.
Yeah, as long as you don't see anything, really bad, like, some nasty sweeper, that's kind of really what you're hoping for. Or hoping not to see as a sweeper. If Kelly's, whatever there is just punchy, you've got to invis. So realistically could get through it with just a thief.
Got a ruse item as well for both parties, I think. And that red mage again taking a nap here. Fellas, might want to move that red mage down to slot 4, please.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference between the two. Is Scar has levels. Fellison, is getting levels, but then is wiping out of things. And this, I feel like this low HP, when you're in kind of a later stage like Waterfall, things in here hurt. They're gonna kill you at low levels. Like the thief is nice and all, but it's only gonna take one crit really to get through, and the thief is down then.
Right.
Or a bad. Oh well, we're gonna be finding a tail shortly. So that's big.
Okay. That's promotion. I don't think we have. Let me just double check the flags. I don't think we have a Bahamut on or anything that we got to fight. We do not. Okay, yeah. So that's free promotion.
We do have Holy Dragons though.
Oh well. Okay. So not free, but free.
Yeah. So we did find. We just saw it on Tybalt's side. Big find as far as the captain's cap. That is another hard required item. We need the captain's cap to essentially talk to Mac, and then he'll let us sail his ship to Doom Castle.
That little hook shot movement there, that's that dragon claw coming into play there you were talking about, right?
Yep. And we found the Oxyale.
Okay.
On Ellison's side. We saw this earlier on their side as well, Moonhelm. Big thing the Moonhelm does on Mystic Quest side, it gives fire resistance. There's a lot of fire skills in the game, so taking half damage to any of that, it feels pretty good. Yep, not surprised to see Fells immediately.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, not only we've got all the boxes here too. It's like, yeah, I'm promoting.
Yep.
This party is definitely a promotion-based party right now, at the very least.
Got 12 shards too for Fellison, so almost halfway there. Scar, I don't think is very far behind in shard. It looks like they have 9, I think. So just a few more checks for Fellison because they're in the air. Scar won't be far behind.
Nope.
Wow.
Okay.
How many sky fragments can Bahamut be hanging on to? Because that seems like quite a lot.
Yeah, so Weather's up to 11, so we need 13 more. Almost halfway there.
Wow.
That is one difference between the two games. Well, now we're up to 12, never mind. Mystic Quest does not get sky fragments for killing a boss. Or for lighting, or in this case, saving a crystal, like you would on the Final Fantasy side for lighting an altar.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, hint there for the tail from Scar. They'll probably be making their way to wherever Fellison picked that up very shortly. They did warp out and save, so they kept everything they did on the way down, and this is a 45-second dive back down. I don't hate it. It always feels slightly awkward to come back in after clearing the dungeon, but, I mean, for a measure of safety and hanging on to the levels and everything they got in there, this is the dungeon to do it in. It's fine.
Yep. Yeah, you've got to be thinking like, what am I missing, or like what am I doing next? Because like Fellison does have the Oxyale, but going to sea at like level 6,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel good at all. Like
No.
you are hoping and praying that you just get turn order and run from literally everything, and then levels just become an issue more and more and more.
Hey, we were talking black belts.
We were talking black belts, and that is a black belt. Okay.
It is. Ooh. Okay.
That's a little more concerning now.
Yeah. You followed up by Ice too. All right, this Matoya is not gonna play nice.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Oh, the turn order on that Quad X. Oh no. Wow, she's got a script, doesn't she? Goodness.
Yeah, she certainly holds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I do not blame. I'm just like, yeah, nope, I'm done.
Okay. Okay.
That is comeback with a ribbon.
Yeah. We know the black belt's there. We know the eye tile's there. Again, like we were just saying, if you're gonna double dive a dungeon to go back down, that's the one to do it in. It's quick. There's a lot of free encounter less tiles. But still, yuck.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the interesting thing we're gonna see on Fellison's side, because if I remember correctly, Gar did not have Rod.
Did not. You're right.
So we're gonna see. I would imagine Fellison's gonna be taking this to whatever's sitting at Lich.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be something too. If Fellison gets through whatever's at Lich, this particular flag set seems to just get significantly easier when you get that first Fiend kill and you get that third party member.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what it is, it just becomes significantly easier. Things like we've got a hint Sun Coin, we've got a hint for a key. Like all these important items, so either we just don't have the points, or all these important items are in the game you need them in. It's just like, this is AP, come on, you're supposed to be spreading these items out.
It feels like awkward when you're playing AP games when you hint for an item like that and it's in your game, but you need an item to get to that, and now you've burned your hint on something that's already in your game. It's just like, oh.
I was gonna be like, that happens all the time to Phil and I, but it's usually I'll hint for something and it's in his game locked behind something. He's like, all right, I'll hint for. It's like, and then I know it's like, all right, cool. That's what we need to do. We have solved the piece of the puzzle now to actually put the puzzle piece where it needs to go.
Yeah, and that's that communication piece, like you were saying. Like, obviously, that's going to come up in a conversation with your partner in a voice chat, but like being able to communicate that and understand what you're relaying, it goes a long way.
Yep. Yeah, because especially depending on your teammate, because they might have no idea what's going on your game. Like, they've not played your game, they've maybe seen a couple runs, but they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And say, hey, I need this, and they're like, I don't know what that is. You're like, all right, well, it's super important. Like, I know Fizzle and I, I'm not telling him the boss names to my final dungeon. I'm just like, yeah, I'm on my Lich 2. I'm on my Tia 2. So he knows exactly what boss I'm sitting at. The only boss I'll actually say the name is, like, I'm on Dark King, because he knows, like, yeah, that's the last boss.
All right, Scar into Waterfall. That hint for the tail. So tail is in Waterfall. We saw Felson pick that up earlier. And I'm pretty sure Felson still does not have that katana. I don't know if Wild Hand picked it up. So Scar will have a measured advantage of melee anyway for the time being.
Yep. We got a monster. It's only a single air. It's like, that shouldn't be
too bad. They're so evasive. Like, ugh.
Yeah. Not surprised. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna start using ice.
Yeah. Yeah, Eagle Eye viewers might notice this single target ice doing Ice 3's level worth of damage. We do have improved Ice, Fire, and Lit on, so coming into play ever so slightly.
It didn't look like anything important though, so we haven't really found anything important in.
Yeah. Kind of running out of things to do also for the Final Fantasy side. Like the key hint would be big, but it opens up quite a lot of checks. But we're getting to the point where the answer may be for Felison going into a low-leveled Oxyale Sea Shrine.
Well, speaking of the key.
Oh, okay. Well, hey. Earth was the answer all along, somewhat.
Yeah, okay, I did miss that. So there were jumbo bombs in the giant tree. So Tybalt's had that for a while. Main thing we're missing now with mega grenades, kind of the same idea as the bombs. They upgrade, but you can throw them instead. And they're needed for go mode as well. So, but yeah, we're still. So let's see. As far as no mode for us, so we need to know where the loot is still for Final Fantasy side. Mystic Quest side, we need mega grenades, which we haven't seen yet, to my knowledge. Neither runners has them, and we need Thunder Rock and one of the crests at the bare minimum. Finally did get that sand coin on Scar and Tybalt's side.
Scar going to pick up all of the star fragments here that Felison got for her partner earlier.
I heard you want fragments. Yes. How many do you want? Yes.
All. Alright, let's see if these key locks start paying off here.
There's that katana.
Okay, you like that. That's going to be pretty big.
Yep.
You would wish you'd gotten it before this fight.
Yeah, you do. You did just promote, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh.
That key is very big.
Yeah.
Oh, even bigger. There's the sun coin on top of that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so this is shard mode for Felison now, right? Like we just need yeah. And another sky fragment for Wildham. All right, this seed is it's rolling along pretty well.
Yeah, I would say, because that's the thing. Like, you've got the rod now, and unless you hint, we do see a partner swap or I guess we saw a partner swap on Wildham's side. So Kaylee must have some nice spells compared to Tristram, or at least just a better weapon in this case. But I kind of feel like Felison and Wildham are a little bit in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah.
Because. Or I guess, no, never mind. Scar is diving right back into Earth, so he's going to find out what it looks like. So I don't know if it just ran out of specs, or just like, or maybe there was a hint and like, hey. So I think we might have saw a hint for the key.
I think they did hint for the key, yeah. So yeah, this is smart coming here. It could be easy to maybe decide you want to go to ordeals or something to make a play. So I think that hint kind of saved their bacon a little bit.
I didn't see it. Did something wipe Felison out of Earth, or did they reset out? Because they still only have 2 members.
That's a good point. Maybe they reset out. There's a lot going on, chat here. Any of you guys catch that?
And we're also tracking, so we're doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Trolls had cracked. That might explain potentially what happened in
Okay.
Earth Cave, because those do show up in the deeper floors of Earth Cave. That's a possibility.
Night Dew 14's got our back. Felison wiped to the Earth boss. So
okay. Glitch is not the speed. Glitch is not the speed bump Felison was hoping for in this case.
Batman.
Yeah, that's the big. Okay, that's the first, and we've got a crest behind that key too. Everything is behind that key.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that's like the one crest. That's only gives you like 2 checks potentially, so it's not huge compared to Gemini or Mobius, but it's still a possibility and gets that captain's cap as well.
Yep. Ice armor being sent over to Felison. That's pretty good for the thief.
Yeah. Yeah, thief is looking. Oh well.
Okay.
The key continues to give. We've got the crest now too. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there's that hint for the Thunder Rock. I think that's kind of all they're missing, right, based off of what you were saying.
So I know Wildham just hinted for Mega Grenades. so I don't know
Oh,
if
the Meg
there was
grenades,
enough
right.
points for that. So maybe did that just to see how many points. 'Cause I know I do that. It's like, hey, I know I don't have enough. How many more checks do I need?
Yep.
So then I can keep track in my head. It's like, all right, 1, 2. It's like, all right, do my hint immediately as soon as I get it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, as far as we still might need Gemini Crest for Wild Hemp, but there's a pretty good chance we're looking at just needing Thunder Rock and Mega Grenades for go mode.
Yeah.
The one big thing that I haven't seen it on Mystic Quest side, it's not necessarily needed, but it makes the final dungeon so much safer, is the life spell. Your partner will always have life, period. But if you don't have it and your partner dies,
yeah,
you're probably restarting that fight.
Here's your deals play from Fellis, and this is kind of really all that's left. So this makes sense to come here. We don't have Chime, we don't have Cube. We've gotten bodied twice now by Fiends, so we probably don't want to go to C just yet.
All right, there's that key, and then the world that it unlocks at that point for Scar and Tybalt. That's the one thing that I like on Scar and Tybalt's side, or specifically Scar. The levels right now. It still has those levels on Fellison. We're 40 minutes in. Fellison's levels are looking.
Yeah, they're not ideal.
They're better, but they're kind of sketchy for the fact that you're 40 minutes into this seed now.
Yeah, and more scripts galore. Lit 2s and slows on these Medusas. We got to just start throwing out, I think, any kind of sweeper on these trash fights to try to get some levels.
Yep.
Oh,
I see what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well. It says I have instant kills too.
That's so funny.
That's actually, we haven't seen ribbons on the Final Fantasy 1
Nope,
side yet.
we have not.
And depending on how hints are looking, I know it's been multiple times where like we've gotten to it and Fizzle hasn't had to use his hints for anything really. It's just like Final Dungeon is like, all right, I'm just gonna blow all my hints, and he just hint ribbon 3 times. Like, all right, can you go there? It's like, I got you. Give me a couple minutes. I got you, fam. Don't worry.
Yep. All right, 17 shards right now for Fellis, and Scar about to full clear the Dwarf Armory, get everything that's in here. There's quite a few good things.
Yep. Yeah, I don't blame Scar at all for immediately going. I'm checking all these.
Yeah.
Got a multi-key, so it unlocks a door in Fireburg, which potentially could lead to the warp that will get us to ship dock. We'll see.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, and Gemini Crest. Okay, so we know where all of the crests are now. We don't have them all. Well, Tybalt's about to have all of them because they're all locked behind this. There's that loot. So Scar is effectively in shard mode now.
Yeah. I'd say what, about 7 minutes or so behind shard mode and Fellison, but I mean a little more security, the extra party member, the better levels. Fellison taking this Agama quite a bit. I think they got to level 13 or 14 there. It feels a little better, but
yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. You're taking these deaths and you're thinking a lot of these are deaths are because I need levels.
Yeah.
Because, if you don't have levels, you're hoping for things that let you resist, and we haven't seen those ribbons either, so that's kind of one of those, your safeties aren't there, and that's why, potentially you took that wipe to the Hooray Dwarf. So, and that's kind of where it's just like, Fellison has that little bit of a lead as far as shard mode, but Scar has that third party member now.
Yep.
And it's a red mage, so you have 2 casters, got another body to take hits, another body to use those items, because we have been seeing pretty good item magic out of the seed so far too.
Yep. So let's think.
That level 2 white magic is stacked.
Yeah, it's pretty choice.
Invis 2, life 2, and ruse. Be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Which feels really bad for these flag sets because we have that reduced MP. It's just like, yeah, that's not what I wanted to see at level 2 together.
Nuke and Temper sharing a level as well, and we have not seen a Temper item. We've seen Saber at level 3, which is decent enough for you know, this ninja. We do have a saber item also. I
Yeah.
did see that on Fellison's side, so we're probably fine.
Yeah, the power. I mean, it says saber gauntlets, but because of item magic, it shows saber. But the power bonk is guaranteed to be the power bonk, and we did find that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Right, while I'm hinting for that Gemini crest because it's the only crest that's been missing.
You saw Tybalt find that, so it shouldn't be too hard for them to access it if they are able to.
Yeah, I didn't see. Maybe chat. I didn't see where mega grenades came from because we have those now. I see it. I see it on Wild M side. Chad, did anybody see where the mega grenades were? Yeah, that puts Wild M into Thunder Rock, which I believe we saw a hint for.
We did.
So okay, that's all right. We missed it too. There's a lot going on. So
yeah.
We're not gonna blame anybody for missing something.
Bellison working her way into Sea Shrine here. You know, let's see if we can make this work.
Yeah, we should be getting that sky fragment. Unless they're a little.
Oof, trance on ghosts.
We'll just send a ruby. While I just picked up that Gemini crest. Okay, so Thunder. We're Thunder Rock to card mode on Wild M side. There's that hint for the mega grenades. All right, we're gonna pay attention a little bit more to Tybalt. Well, that hint should have went off. Misspelled grenades, but I think it still should have went off. I have to imagine it's somewhere down here in this area because we didn't have it before anywhere, and a lot of the areas have been cleared out. So that's not it.
We really wish we had that Fire 2 item on this ninja right here. Snack ladies are spooky. They can roll multiple hits, but they're not hitting too hard. Yeah, we're going to run away and see if we can move that Fire 2 item, I think.
Yeah, they're not the Mwahaha, so...
You just had to be there, chat. You just had to be there.
Yeah. Not only did you have to be there, it's like, I mean, seeing it's one thing, but actually experiencing it, that was quite a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, and you went through that twice voluntarily the second time.
Yeah, I did.
That was a fun race.
Yeah, it was just like, I was waiting. I'm just like, there's got to be something bad. And it's like nothing. And I'm finally like going to Topher. Like, what's the, and I just see the Mahas. I'm like, all right, they have something. I don't know what. And then they just attack and I just see dead. I'm like, I have found out what they have. Like that good old death.
Yep.
Immediate death. Okay. We saw Exit going over to, Tybalt.
Yep.
Found their own exit. So that's going to kind of help speed these dungeon dives up. And the final dungeon. If we don't see Waltham go and grab that. Which we might not.
We got a Charm Claw.
That's the second claw. So with Dragon Claw, we really don't care.
Yeah, it's a moot. Got it. Another reset out there for Fellison, and we're finally moving that mage to slot 3.
Yep. Unless Megas were in, I don't know. I didn't see Waltham go into sand. Maybe it did though. I don't know. I'm like trying to pay attention to everything, but I'm like paying closer attention to Tybalt because it's like those mega grenades.
Yeah.
We need those, and we know they were found somewhere. We just don't know where. And I don't think it was Pazuzu's tower, considering we're going back in, or we're going into it. So I doubt it's here.
Fire 3 on these ghosts along with trance. That's yucky.
Scar going toward deals. We've got Fellison just trying to clear out C.
Yeah.
Yeah, these levels just feels bad.
It does, yeah. They're just not enough right now. Like, I don't know. I would consider I don't know what I'd consider right here. It's fun to talk about. It's easy to say things from the commentary booth here, but I mean, I would consider at some point like to just we got to get some levels here to some sustainability.
Yep. Okay, considering Tybalt didn't even stop to check what was behind Flamerous Rex here, which we're gonna see an insta kill with life. I got to imagine that that's the mega grenades. I know we've seen a hint from both sides, so I'm imagining this is where we saw hinting for Flare Seal on Tybalt's side, which Flare Seal is the best spell to have for the end game, or at least Dark King. There's other bosses where other spells are better, but no, that wasn't it. Okay.
Perhaps they didn't. Maybe they didn't have enough pinpoints. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm just like, where did we find the leg grenades? Because I mean, last I saw, Tybalt has 23 Sky Fragments, so we're just missing Thunder Rock at that point, and that's go mode. We're seeing some hints for ribbons. I was like, that does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, at this point, FFR has everything they need. Sans ribbon to finish this game comfortably.
Yeah, going into Topher with 0 ribbons, that's
not ideal.
No, that is not a happy time. Especially when you have alt fiends enabled like we do. That's even less of a good time because these alt fiends they don't play around.
No, they have a myriad of garbage in their pool that they can draw from. So no, thank you. There we go.
Mega grenade. Okay, Castle War deals. That's where.
Okay.
Which I guess that would make sense as far as why, because I don't know if Scar checked all of the key lock.
No, they didn't. They didn't
that's
do
why we're
the.
Still, that's why we're still missing the crest. And it's just like, hey, I need megas. Like, all right, I got you.
Wildham finding their Excalibur. Does that do anything for them in the Mystic Quest side?
Not really. I mean, it's essentially the same. It's just a better Night Sword. It is the best single target if you're swinging a weapon.
Okay, we're not going to be doing. We're trying not to do that, though. I think.
No, you don't want to swing weapons against in Mystic Quest. You're using magic. End of story. All right, and we're at 22 fragments on Wildham's side. So yeah, we're really just kind of missing.
That's not Thunder Rock,
yeah. The Thunder Rock, and I guess Scar's probably going to check key. I would imagine is going. Yeah, we're checking those key lock now, so we're gonna pick those up. Yeah, it's really the ribbons are like the big thing now on Final Fantasy 1 side, wherever that Thunder Rock landed. That's interesting to see Wildham hint for multi-key.
What will we use that for? What's the multi-key do?
So the multi-key gets you to one. It gets you into a locked door in Firebird, which there is one crest warp there, but we really haven't been seeing many crest warps unless Wildham's just done them all and it's like, this is the one. Like, I need this one, and this is where my ship dock is, and maybe that's why doing the hint for it is. I have done a practice seed where that was the problem. Like, I got all my shards or my crests, I'm good. I check every crest, and none of them are like, crap, it's in that one place that I can't get into right now. It's like, I gotta go find this now.
Well, I'm not sure what we have behind Bubbles here. Conveniently, Bubbles and Sea Shrine. That's very on brand.
Of course. Wonder if we saw some carbonation earlier, and then now this is
revenge time?
Yeah, revenge time. That's actually kind of scary to see a ninja that's done, because that evasion doesn't do anything now, and
ouch.
That's why.
Yeah.
Like,
no shots of nuke. These levels are just there. You need levels, Felson.
Okay, I saw the Leader Crest going over. There must be something important on the top of Pazuzu's for Wild Hunt, because this is typically not a fight. Okay, that's why we have Kaylee. She's got Flare. You typically don't see the Pazuzu fight unless there's something there. This is usually like this is the one check of like all of Mystic Quest. I want to skip this check because nobody likes fighting this boss.
Oof. Bubbles. Revenge.
Yeah, these bosses are just telling Fellison no.
Yeah.
Like absolutely not, and it's kind of makes you concerned. Like if the tier 1 bosses are telling you no, like what are the refights gonna say?
Yeah, we got Arsahags, I think, with Glare there, too. Like, this is a rude sea shrine, and we gotta dive back in, probably. Eek.
Yeah. Alright, to my knowledge... Do we have Crown?
No.
No, okay. I was just like,
I didn't think we missed that.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, yep. I was just like, I know it's coming, because this is where it was, so... We just need that Thunder Rock now.
We do have a ribbon there for Fellison. So I'm not sure where they picked that up, though. Maybe it was here, because they just equipped it.
It wasn't Sea Shrine. I remember seeing a ribbon being picked up in Sea Shrine.
Okay.
So...
Maybe we moved it down to our red mage, try to hope that we can get some insta-kills or something.
Now, as Lotto bringing up, if we see bubbles here, we've got Fade in the pool, and that's not something you want to see.
Drac, 1988, thank you for the raid of 4 people. Welcome.
Okay, there's the there's the Oxyale, so that's an option. So Scar could go get the ribbon now out of there. Also, we haven't seen Chime or Q.
We have not. We have not.
That's a huge amount of boxes. Then Scar's, I think Scar is sitting at 21 stars.
We're going down to Marshlocked here. Okay. This is never a place you really want to go. Okay, Tibble just sent the Oxyale, though, so they didn't have that Oxyale yet to go to Sea Shrine. So this is probably one of the last few things they could do, but maybe they get lucky. Maybe there's something here.
I'm kind of surprised. Like, I guess let me ask you this: as a Final Fantasy 1 runner, if you are where you are, well, okay, that's what Pazuzu's guarding. Pazuzu's guarding the Thunder Rock.
Okay.
Okay.
We need that.
Yeah, we definitely need that. But going back to the question I was going to ask, you'll be 7 shards short. You're really running out of areas, and you still have Carrie that's sitting there, and you've got the black belt hiding behind there. Are you gonna check Marshlock, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna go get the black belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we finally see that Chime.
Okay.
See, sometimes there's such a thing as caster blessings. We start talking about something, and then it gets found. Everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time.
People.
Not every time, but every now and again.
I wonder if that's what we're about to see Tybalt do now, is to go to Pazuzu. No. Maybe. No. Yeah, Pazuzu is there, so we're not seeing... and we've got Sun Coins, so... Where is Tybalt off to, then?
How rude is it to have an item like the Thunder Rock on Pazuzu, too? That feels like it's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's pretty rude. Like I said, that's the check. If you don't have... Like, because we can incentivize boxes just like Final Fantasy 1 can. If we have like all loose like this is, that's essentially the rudest, rudest one you can possibly find. Okay, so Tybalt's coming back and checking like known red boxes. This is one of the nice things on Mystic Quest side compared to Final Fantasy. All your boxes look the same, so you're just checking a box. We can kind of peek boxes and be, if it's a brown box, there might be something decent in there, like a mid-tier weapon or something like that. But these red boxes, we know this is a critical item. In this case, it's a ribbon.
Yeah.
So
that's big.
That's a big find, because that's the first ribbon for Scar. And who's going to need to do some inventory management to get, because that inventory is full. So the ribbon's there, it's waiting, it's not there yet.
Ice shirt +5. We can equip that ice sword if we want, or ice shield. Excuse me. Oof, we got yeah, Fellison bubbles again, stunning that ninja. Oof.
Yeah, Fellison is not having a good time at all. Like, and I get it. Like, this is, I mean, I almost feel like It's like, yeah, it's like you hope that you have the levels and you get through that carry and you grab that black belt and you're like, we're going. Because I almost kind of feel like as many wipes as you've taken just because of a lack of levels and everything,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of have to do this now. It looks like we're stopping at that eye. We're going to take some levels on that eye.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well, I guess, at this point. 1300.
Yeah, you've got those two nuns, so they're
Yeah.
soaking this experience up too. Like, so it's it's nice. That means they're gonna probably be 14. They'll be 14 themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But Cube was in.
Oh my gosh,
Cube was in Mirage.
that's fun.
This seed is the gift that keeps on giving, apparently. All right, so with that, Wildem gets 24 fragments out of here. So Wildem's in go mode at this point. Wildem doesn't need anything else. Can immediately go to Doom Castle. We'll see if that's what he does, or if he's gonna just go check some other things, hoping to find, other ribbons, some niceties, more shards as well. Because this is where that communication comes into play too. It's just like, Mystic, at this point, between the two of you, Mystic Quest is significantly ahead. So what can you do to help the Final Fantasy player catch up, essentially? Because Topher does go a lot quicker than Doom Castle does. Even if you have quick kills, Topher is typically going to go faster than Doom Castle will.
I think Scar just gonna keep climbing here. I think we just take all the trash fights we can. We see what's behind Tia, or what is in the Tia spot. If it's worth it, we grab it. But I mean, we got that black belt sitting out there, so I don't know.
You're hoping you find a knight.
Yeah.
Because I don't know I know I've seen it on the tracker. I don't know who has it. I know I've seen an Excalibur. Like,
I think they both do. Yeah, I think they both do. I did see that earlier as well.
Okay, so that's what Wildem was going to grab that ribbon. So Felison has two. So both his party members, or her party members, are going to have ribbons now.
Okay, that feels good. All right, what level are we at here on Felison's side? 5 hits from that katana is not insignificant. So that's a pretty leveled ninja right here. Level 20. All right, that's the survivability we've been lacking.
Yep. Yeah, you definitely can do some work now.
Yeah.
Okay, and so Tybalt is at 20. Is at more than enough shards already. Has 26. So is ready. We just need that Thunder Rock at the top of Azuzu's tower and ready to roll at that point.
Mm-hmm. They're on their way up there right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's the big one. We just found life.
Wow.
So that is potentially a significant. If we find any kind of rough fights in Doom Castle, that gives Scar and Tybalt a very nice safety potentially. Because life also has the added benefit. It is just the best restorative spell in Mystic Quest, because it's not just, hey, you're dead, I pick you back up. It's essentially full revive. If they're not dead, it gives them all their health. It cures any status ailments. It is the end. It's essentially like a mega elixir for one person whenever you want it.
Wow.
As long as you have the white charges for it. So yeah, that is a very big pickup for Tybalt.
Not entirely sure if Felison and Wildhammer are going to get that, though. So it'll be the 2 ribbons for Felison versus the life spell here from the other side, and we'll see who prevails. I don't know if she's going to bother going all the way up Sky.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Wildham's looking at, just freed max ship, so it's probably looking at kind of ending it. Okay, we have the Venus key. Nothing important in those boxes, though. found another ribbon as well. So
Oh
okay.
wow! All right.
So yeah, so all 3 ribbons. We did pick that. We finally got the. Hey, we finally found the canal. Yep, has that black belt now. So imagine how many shards. I didn't see Felison's.
I think they're
24?
I think they're 3 short. 'Cause I think they had. I think they need 5, and they got 2 on that the altar there.
Are they good? Or they haven't done the altar yet? Let's see. All right, Tybalt getting through Pazuzu's about to have Thunder Rock.
Yep, they're 4 short. You're right.
Okay. That Cure 2 was that? That was the X-Cal, I think that Cure 2 is. That was big numbers. I just saw big numbers. I'm just like, okay.
All right, Bridge of Destiny time for Scar. No encounters. I take it back. 1 encounter.
See, there's the caster curse.
Yeah, yeah.
See, we can both giveth and we can both taketh away. That is a white mage.
Okay.
And if I saw that right, we're only 4 shards away as well on Scar's side. So if we get through that fight,
yeah,
that's go mode.
Yep. Invising up right here, not going to take any chances.
So yeah, we're gonna grab the white mage.
Okay.
Which I don't blame him. Like, even if you're not planning on using that white mage, you can damn the white mage off at this point. So where that experience starts going to everybody else.
Yep. Alright, Felison going back into Sea Shrine again. They're going to try to pick up their last 4 shards here.
I feel like with the levels and everything at this point, and the ribbons, because we didn't have the ribbons either last time. And especially considering the fact Wildhem is going into... We're in max ship right now. So, Wildhem's planning... This is the final dungeon dive. There's the hint for the life book, assuming the points are there. Probably not going to be happy seeing where it is. Because it's like, I don't have chime or
yeah.
yet, so I can't get that for you.
I don't remember where we found that chime either.
Where was that chime?
Because the cube was inside greater than less than.
Yeah.
Alright, that's time for the chime.
And the cube.
And cube, okay.
Where I'm trying to think where that chime was. It wasn't C, because Scar never touched C. Was that the Lock Marsh?
I don't know if they made it all the way down to Lock Marsh or not. We saw them going there. I thought they noped out once they got an item.
Alright, well, yeah, I mean, Scar, yeah. So we'll see what Scar is going to do. Looks like, going and picking up some spells. Not that I blame it. There's a lot of good low-level white magic spells.
Yeah, single target life is here. White Lock, like you said earlier. We can pick up Saber on the Ninja here. Quad X too. Like, yeah, let's get our utility and let's go.
Yeah, I'm sure I would imagine saw the extra ribbon come in as well from Tybalt. So all right, Bubbles. What is this? Try 3?
Yeah, try 3. I think. Yeah.
Okay. We're getting some invis up. Fast the ninja. We're gonna ruse. By master. That's the only problem with the master right now. It's like it is a master, but its magic defense is gonna be hot garbage.
Yeah.
Putting it nicely, because with it being it's getting 1 magic defense per level. Scar looks like going for that. Doing a grind.
Stun through a ribbon there.
Bubbles is not playing.
She's
around.
not. Yeah, she certainly is not.
I feel like us adding Bubbles after all the carbonation, she's just like, fine, add me. I will get you all back for the amount of time you carbonated me.
Gosh. Oh, jeez.
Oh, it was, okay, level 4s. That's where that I would not be surprised if we see a wipe here to just be like, I'm going there. No, bye.
Yeah. Especially with that life book being there.
Yep.
Because at this point, you know, they hinted for both the chime and the cube, and even if they didn't have enough points to see where that cube was, I mean, at this point they have to realize it's in the guy somewhere.
Yep. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I didn't even see the first fight, but we exit strat both the first fights, or the first 2 fights in Doom Castle. So we're seeing with the Twin Head Wyvern, which is effectively Kraken 2, and we're gonna switch our spells over to white because the Wyvern resists fire spells. So Flare being a fire spell, you don't want to cast it. It does a, you know, good amount of damage still, being the strongest spell in the game, but it's not as good as white or like Meteor. Wildland right behind Tybalt. Entering Doom Castle. I'm not sure if Wildland has exit or not. So if not, it's gonna be a little bit slower on the first boss fights. And Tybalt does have a couple of levels, so potentially, depending on what kind of moves we're seeing from the later bosses, is a little bit safer. But Wyvern's almost dead already.
Yeah, and Thelson beelining it to Sky, even though she has her shards and her full party. Gonna try to pick up that life book for Wildham.
I think Flare might be in here too.
It's a loaded Sky if both of them are here.
Yeah, we're seeing normal Flare, so yeah, there's no exit on Wildham's side. So you gotta go kind of through these. They're typically still fast, but not as fast as, hey, I kill you on turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
And good thing for that life book, because apparently Za had something that wasn't very nice, because Kaylee was dead. So I'm imagining we either saw a crit or potentially has insta kills.
This little hallway that Wildham's walking right here, is it just like a boss gauntlet?
Yep. Yeah, we've got, so far as we've got, like, essentially boss rush mode. This is technically a full dungeon, where it takes significantly more time, but to kind of make it a little bit closer to mid-Topher, just like, yeah, just go through the bosses, that's fine. Za almost dead. Unfortunately, I believe that's the Psych Shield up. Kaylee does get life off before Za gets to do something, which isn't bad, because Bone Missile's Bone Missile. And we're gonna just see some regular attacks, because with that Psych Shield up, you spells mean you're gonna die. Wildham does have that life book now.
Yep.
Are heading into Temple of Fiends, looks like. Levels are...
They're good. They're good.
Yeah, I was like, probably, what, low mid-20s, looking at the HP, because I saw, like...
A shade under 400, yeah.
Yeah.
So, barring anything really super nasty, this could be okay. We're not even going to heal up. Our heal pots are at 63. Mid-Topher, that shouldn't come too much into play, but I mean, a nuke, nuclear, garbage, anything could suck up 30 heal pots pretty quickly.
Fade, because we know that's in the pool too. We've got bubbles. So,
yep.
We've got Tybalt pulling Dark King, so our first final boss between all runners. All runners in their respective final dungeons. So this is going to be very close.
Yeah, this Final Fantasy race is tiles apart right now.
So, and that's the big thing. So that, I guess that was behind Kraken. That was a knight. Swinging that X-Cal.
Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of damage. Like that, the Master, you don't care about. The Master's not doing anything except like buffing. But between that Ninja and that Knight,
that's a lot of damage.
Actually, I think Fellison did Fellison take lead? Yeah. Fellison's ahead now.
She is.
Oh, this might be spicy depending on what we see.
Yeah.
Alright, we got Alt, we've got Rad Zarak for the actual true Dark King. Ooh, that's not, so we do have one scary move so far. That's 849 damage. That's not really what you want to see. Beam 325. That's not bad. That's bad. You want to see those attacks. didn't really see anything. So I had that insta kill, I guess, or whatever killed Kaylee on Tybalt's side.
A lot of heal pots getting sunk to this fight, so the same thing's going to happen here. We got heal 2 bonks going off for Scar. That'll help and hurt at the same time.
Yep. We got paralysis. Okay, we're on final phase. That's a good turn. Attack the right person, full health. Now you can go all out offense. Zuz to final phase on Wildhym's side. Stars through carry 2.
The X-Cal for Felson here making a pretty significant difference.
It is. Alright, well, Tybalt's the first one to finish.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, Dark King really didn't have that much, so we got two bubbles 2 going. Wildham's about to be on Dark King. Like I said, I didn't really see anything too crazy out of Dark King. This could be real close. So this
Yeah. Spicy.
Can Wildhym finish? Because with Felison being ahead, can Wildhym finish Dark King before Scar finishes off Chaos?
Yeah.
Which this is kind of one of those. Dark King typically is going to take longer.
Oh, nuke there from Bubbles.
Uh-oh.
Takes out the white mage and one of the red mages. Oh dear.
This is bad.
We're not doing a lot of damage either. 4 hits,
No,
140 is not what we want to see.
But
Oh!
Life 2's not yet.
Yeah, that's a result.
That's big.
Wow.
The bad thing though, I mean, it's not. I guess not a bad thing. This could swap because Felison lost their only life caster.
Yep. Oh boy.
Oh wait, no, the Knight should have it. I guess depending. No, Knight should
I don't
have
know
life 2.
I don't know if they went back to pick it up
Yeah,
though.
I don't know if they. I guess not. No.
Yeah.
Nope. So we're going with what we have. Which in this case, with all the item magic, it's doable.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's not before. It's like, all right, well, I've got no tempers, no fast, no locks, no. I have no. You've got the support with your items. It's just you've got no. You've got Cure 2 swords as well potentially. So that's you technically got it. Just might be slow, and Scar's going to be taking get some levels.
Yeah, we got Ice 2 coming out here from Evil Elf.
Yeah, Wildland's already on phase 3, so it's going elsewhere. Where are we going to that eye?
You got the eye tile, yeah. There's the nuclear.
Down goes the master.
Okay.
That's the last refresh.
Yeah, last one.
Yeah, that
Oh!
all right, well.
All right,
it's man mode time.
it is 6s 120 followed by a zap. Oh boy.
I don't know about you, but whenever I see zap, I don't care if I've riven my heart.
Nope. Every single time. Every time.
The amount of times I have seen zap go through ribbons is like no.
Uh-huh.
All right, yeah, moving stuff. That fast stick was not on the right person.
That's a terrible fight to run into as well.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I'd almost say I start swinging, and you got that X-Cal.
Yeah, it'll mow through them in a slow fashion.
Yeah, I mean it's a decent chunk of experience. It might get you another. Okay, got away though.
All right.
You've got no heal pots.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky.
And that, like I said, I'm pretty sure that fast is on the wrong person too.
It's on slot 4, I think, unless they had a fast item on there as well.
Ooh, tornado. That's
Fire 2.
Yeah, you thought that was fast.
Yeah.
Or you? Oh yeah. So it's on the. Where's your evasion?
We didn't move that ruse item. Oh dear.
Yeah, this ain't looking good.
Yeah.
Like,
sheesh.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, if you went in there with the fast on it, the Cure 2, the Saber, like, you can get through, unless you see, like, tornado nuclear nukes, like, just terrible scripting to where you get hit with those non-elementals in a row, you can probably get through that fight.
Yeah.
It's going to take time, but you can do it.
Alright, Scar stopped at level 28 on that ninja. 434 HP, I think. Gonna res the party and go right back in, but
Wildham's down. So this is between the
Wow.
FFR runners now. Who can get through chaos first?
Oh boy. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
this
Excal versus levels here.
Yeah, this one swung so much because it's just like there was a time where like Phillison and Wildham seemed to be significantly ahead
Yeah.
because of just the way they had routed, and then Scar and Tibble, it's like Scar had so many levels, but it's just like kind of stopped getting the levels. Like I'm good, and then Topher's like, hey, no. It's like so. It's like now what do we do? It's like, well, we're gonna go get more levels and hope, and I know when you're the first one done, this is the one part I hate about co-op. When you're the first one done and you're just sitting there and there's nothing to do, it's just like, all right.
It is a very, very awkward silent voice chat, like, you know. Yeah, there's that hint for that masa. I figured that's what Wildham had to be doing. He's just hitting dense locations trying to pick up that masa.
Yep. I like this because we haven't seen this happen very often in races to where one person finishes and the other person is going like in their games, because this is completely legal doing this. No, this is not against the rules. I know Fizzle and I have done it like twice to where I finished like super fast. I think it was like 101, and Fizzle was just getting a Topher. Was like, "What do you need?" He's just like ribbons. I'm like, hint them, and he hinted them. And it's like they're both in my game. I'm like, all right, and I give him 2 of his ribbons during his Topher die.
Yeah, and that'd be huge.
Yeah, and he's like, it feels so good getting ribbons in your Topher die.
We'll see if they come across it. I don't know. He's still opening boxes, so it tells me the masa's probably not here. We're just going to open what is in front of us.
Yeah, because I mean, the hint again. This has been the way for I think almost.
Is it in her game?
Yeah, because if the hint doesn't go off, there's 2 reasons for it. 1, don't have enough points, or 2, it's in your game.
Yeah.
In which case, so yeah. You lost. Well, I mean, you lost. You still got the red mage.
She survived. Red mage survived, and Scar right back behind her now onto Bubbles' floor.
Scar hinting for katana. Scar.
You have one.
Yeah, it's like you have a katana, right?
I'm pretty sure they're swinging it. Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage.
Bubbles down.
All right. More heal pots this time, so this is a little more comfortable.
More heal pots, and you have your entire party up as well.
Yeah. This feels like it's going to come down to this dive here.
So, Sunflash, to my knowledge, the condenser will show the result of a hint, but only if it's actually in the other person's game, because that's the way it works on just a regular client. Is the only way you see your partner sees the hint is if it's in their game. So I would imagine the condenser probably does the same thing.
Really got to move that fast item off of the ninja. It's a waste of turn to have them doing fast.
Yeah, I'd give it to the master.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the master swing because it's 21. I think
it's 21. I think maybe 22. Yeah.
I mean, if you get some crits, it'll do I'd say respectable damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's not it's not gonna be an X count, unless you get like 6 crits, which if you do is like awesome, but. Yeah. Typically, yeah, there's a tracker that's in the actual respective runners so they can notate, but Luffy and I, we already got 4 screens to watch, and Evil Elf says, goodbye, Master. Yeah. We don't need to also have their streams up and be like, all right, let's pay attention to all the things and miss everything.
Big swing on that knight, too. Like 400 damage, but we're still standing.
Yep, we are still.
Oh gosh.
That Red Wizard's almost not.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's like,
oh no, fire!
Yeah, I'm like that Red Wizard on right before the termination.
Wow.
You do have 2 people up.
Yeah, I think you go for it.
I mean, you tried it man mode. You know you can have a tornado early, but it's just like, I feel like again, you just swap those items around, and it goes so much better.
Encounters on the chaos floor too. How very rude.
There are chaos floor encounters, which we're seeing those. We've got Alright, yep. Gonna full heal up. We're gonna see move some items around potentially. I feel like you have to have. Wait, we don't have a. Oh yeah, there it is. It's right there. Yeah, that ruse item.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna find a better weapon than the XL right now.
No.
Oh, that's okay. That Invis 2 is a Vorpal.
Oh.
So yeah, I'd keep the Cure 2 and the Ruse. I would put Cure 2.
We didn't
Ruse, Cure
Ruse,
2.
Thank you. Okay.
I still would have swapped that Cure 2 onto him.
Yeah.
If you lose that ninja, then you can. Like I said, it's slow, but it will work.
Yeah.
It'll take time.
It's gonna have to really be counting on crits from a weapon that rolled down with no cast of temper. Yep. This is dicey. Scar makes it through their bubbles fight, running into some garbage on the way.
Yeah, glance. Okay. Yeah, I think. All right.
Oh, we got a saber item. Okay. Oh, nuclear.
Nuclear. Yeah. See, this is where that Cure 2 item, like, we haven't been seeing spells. We're rused up, so now you're hoping, like, you know, give me the punches, because this is why you would want Cure 2 over heal potions. 1, heal potions, they will run out. 2, Cure 2 is going to give you more than a heal potion.
All right, we're sabering to the moon here. We'll get a test swing soon, and we'll take a look at what this Vorpal does.
I feel like you have to, because you're seeing. I don't know. Chaos has not been using spells. This has been doing nothing but skills.
Yeah.
And you know, you've got Tornado, you've got Nuclear, so you got 2 non-elementals.
Yeah, you're on a little bit of borrowed time here. More saber.
Yeah, because I think Nuclear's next.
Yeah, there was the glance again. Swing. 1 hit for 310.
That's not good. You need to lock.
Oh dear. And wow, that was a big tornado roll. Gosh.
So this is that information. You know you need tempers, you need fast, if you're going man mode, you're gonna have to have lock, you need that Cure 2.
Oh yeah.
Because he was only hitting with crits.
We got lock items here. This is why we're coming back here.
I think he had a lock item is the thing.
We're gonna get one for everybody?
I mean, yeah, I would get one for everybody. That wasn't worth sword things. That, honestly, if his evade is that high, that is outside of a katana, that's the best sword to use.
Yeah, it is.
Because the other swords like Excal, he's probably not hitting at all at that point.
Yeah.
Masa, maybe if you get lucky and you see the you see a crit, but as far as that, when you see high evasion, and that's typically why you'll see runners when they have high scaling like that, they'll use the Masa or the Excal up until Chaos. Be like, all right, it's Vorpal time now, because the Masa has more power, but that's nothing that a Saber or a couple Tempers doesn't fix. You can't buff your crit though.
Yep, we need the crits to get through when we have this kind of evasion. You know, we got a lockdown and we got a crit. Otherwise, we're not going to be doing enough damage. And Scar makes it through onto the Chaos floor with a full party.
With full party, so that helps. Has not seen anything though. So does Scar get through? Especially with like.
What a pallet on that Chaos there.
Yeah, that pallet's something. I mean, we're gonna see all the invis. We're gonna see a punch right away, but we know we've got Tornado Nuclear. Like, if he just starts cycling through skills, this party's gonna go down fast.
Yeah, there's not enough HP. Even 432 on this ninja's not gonna be enough.
No. Like, like everybody else is getting the invis, thankfully.
Yeah.
So, okay, and the Cure 2 stick again. It's like, there's the Tornado.
Okay.
The Red Wizard surviving. Probably wishes it hadn't right now, but. Fellison's making very quick work of Topher, though. It's like already back on Kraken.
Yep. There's not a whole lot on our way here till we get down to this last 3 floors.
Mm-hmm. But we know that Nuclear's coming up.
Yeah.
You know, if we get some high rolls, you're not feeling very good at all. Yep, trying to just heal. We're sabering. More Cure 2. We are evade capped on like the entire party. So punches are not a concern right now, but those skills
They're scary,
Skills
yeah.
are a concern.
All right, swing from the katana.
Ooh.
6 hits, 1,200 damage. Big swing.
I think that was 6 crits.
Yeah, that's a big swing.
Because that was with no lock.
Okay, yeah, we're waiting and swinging here. Chaos behaving. No nuclear yet. 5 hits, 1,100. This katana is doing it.
He's a thick boy though. We're
He
over
is.
2,000 at this point. So
Yep.
Another swing like that though. That's it.
Oh,
Maybe not.
1,200.
Okay, wow.
This is a big boy here. I don't know if that X-Cal will be able to get through with this much HP, even with the most ideal circumstance.
That's it.
6 hits, 953. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Scar and Tibble. Wow. Wow, what a race.
Yep, what a race. But yeah, that is with, let's see, let's go look. Official time, 1:29:31.
Wow.
But yeah, this Topher, it's called the Equalizer for a reason. Oh geez, Quad X. This Bubbles is not. This
Yeah,
Bubbles
she's
is
rude.
not playing around at
Yep.
all. But let's see if I don't know Scar and Tibble if they wanna, if they're watching afterwards, if they wanna
Jump on down.
interview,
We're here for you guys.
even if it's the vent at the terrible seed that got rolled. That's what we're here for.
Yes, Thrag. It's a 2v2 Mystic Quest and Final Fantasy randomizer. Just finished up. The GG's to the fixed dice over here. What a game.
Yep, then they will be moving on to face Man Bear Possum in essentially the second semifinal match to see who goes on to the finals. I heard a couple things. I'm pretty sure that means we're joined in the booth by our victors, Scar and Tibble. GG's.
GG, thank you very much.
What a race, guys. GG's.
Yeah, that was something.
Oh. Everybody's a potato besides Kaylee.
Yeah, I was like, we
Crazy
didn't get to see the magic or the blessings or anything, so I'm just like, I see you like hanging on Tristram and finally switch to Kay. I'm like, all right, Kaylee's probably got something good, so I had no idea how bad the magic was on you.
Okay, so here's how that is. Tristram only learns heal at 13. Phoebe, heal, blizzard, arrow, thunder. Ruben, fire, cure, arrow.
Okay, yeah, so only Kaylee exists on Mystic Quest side. The other ones are just there, enjoying their lives.
The
no
blessings were
exit.
also kind of meh on FFR side. It was nothing of note. I think somebody had plus agility that I liked.
And so since I saw that no partner had exit, like, all right, where's my exit? Bone zone in Windia area. Well, that's gonna take forever to get, and you feel bad because you've got all these long dungeons like Alive Forest, Lava Dome, Ice Pyramid.
That's one thing. Like you had it. Wildland finished without it. Never actually went in there. I don't believe I saw Wildland ever hint for exit, but never went in Bone Dungeon and had it. So I had to do the old school kills or the slow ways on the first two bosses. Didn't get to do quick kills.
I'm glad I picked up that exit because not only was it like I had to go back and forth between the very end of Windia back to the beginning because of, you know, unlocking the airship. Thunder Rock was at Pazuzu's tower. It was just let's go back and forth between the ending and the beginning. And then having exit for those first two refights is so key because they go by so much faster.
Yep. Especially when like as the Mystic Quest runner, Doom Castle, especially if you have to do slow fights on the first two bosses, it goes so much slower than what Topher can go. I won't say will go because this seat says otherwise. But typically Doom Castle will take longer on average than what Topher will.
Yeah. And our Pazuzu was a thick boy.
Yeah, Pazuzu and Chaos must have been
Yeah,
working out together, because that chaos was also a thick boy.
Yeah,
This
he
siege
felt
is-
like
Yeah.
every bit of almost 5,000 HP. It felt like there was a lot of big
Definitely.
swings there from that katana.
Yeah, I hit him like 5 times, and there was not a hit for less than 800.
Yep. All right, Fellison working her way down here. Running into some trouble. These last 3 fiends on the Final Fantasy side were pretty difficult. Bubbles, followed by the Evil Elf, and then obviously Chaos. But you guys didn't face much resistance in Temple of Fiends up to that point. So it was. How did you feel going in on your first dive before you saw kind of the things you were running into at the end there, Scar? We saw you leaving at some levels. Did you just kind of say, "All right, I'm not going to bother. I need some security here"?
I saw. Well, I did do a little bit of grinding beforehand, and then I realized, well, if Tybalt's in go mode and I'm in go mode, they're the other half of this race is probably also in go mode, and I should see if I can do it with less than 400 HP on my main melee. And the answer to that was no. Nuke and a nuclear on bubbles.
Yeah.
So from past tournament experience, when Topher is rough, it is a pitfall to just bash your head against it. If you need to go get levels, go get levels. And there was eyeballs, like if I didn't wipe to the carry, my first carry attempt, like the carry 1 attempt, I would have done black belt this seed, because there was a black belt there.
Fellison grabbed the black belt. We were wondering if she was just going to kind of hold those black belt strats or not, but she kind of just used it as a totem to cast items. But I mean, an extra party member is fine still.
Yeah, no, we were talking about it because it took both teams a while to actually finally get your third party member. How were you feeling? How were you feeling having to run the 2-man for so long?
It's not bad. Thief Red Mage is very safe as far as running a 2-person party, because your Red Mage will gets access to a smattering of white and black magic. Though the black magic sucked to this seed. It was terrible. Fast didn't exist. That was my best sweeper was Ice 2, I think.
There were fast items somewhere in a shop. I can't remember which town had them.
There was some in a shop that would have sped things up ever so slightly.
Yeah, fast was level 8, and I think Linklot said Cure 4 was level 7 white. So all the good stuff was later on in the levels of magic, which with only 4 cap charges, you weren't getting a whole lot of them to begin with.
Yeah, though 4 charges of fast would have
helped. Yeah.
See.
Yep.
We would have needed to find a black mage though.
Yeah, there's that.
Learning permissions, right?
Yeah.
There was a black mage in the seed.
Yes, what was at the bottom of which?
A red mage.
Oh yeah, it was so there was no. So yeah,
Okay,
fast
so
was
yeah.
just straight up not learnable this seed.
Yeah, wow. So at least the seed was nice enough to give us some fast items then. Otherwise, that would have just been super rude.
Yeah, the katana had fast, and I don't know if you saw it, but like towards the end there, I hinted for a second katana, just in case Topher continued to be a thorn after the grind.
I did see you hint for that, and I was curious why, because we did see you were the first one to pick up we'll get the katana sent to you early on in the seed before you promoted.
Yeah, that katana, influenced a lot of my routing.
Yeah, this is why it's important when with item magic on, you got to know which weapons are which, because it's just like, if you get a Masa given to you at the beginning of a seed, and you check its stats and see, oh, I have a Masa, feels pretty good.
Hey, they might be in chat. That's a fresh wound.
Yeah, nothing really too terribly on the Mystico side. I didn't really have any issues. Like it was early game, like, no AoE, no bombs, no spells, nothing. That was kind of sad. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I got my bombs. I'm like, okay, I'm happy. I have an AoE.
Yeah, it took a while to get bombs too. Like they were, first ones were the jumbo bombs, and those were they were still kind of deep.
Yeah, they're so deep. Like, I think they were in Volcano, I think. And I'm like, cool, I've got bombs. I can. Oh no, they were actually in the tree. I'm in the tree, and I'm like, get all the way to the top of the tree, and I find the captain's cap. I'm like, cool, I can go do other things. I can take on those 3 battle tiles in Fireberg region and get the Aegis shield just before fighting Medusa.
Oh, and Megas were in Ordeals, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were, yeah.
What a cruel joke.
And Phillison swap to that Vorpal. 3 hits, 422. A little bit better damage coming out this time around, but this chaos is very, very thick.
Yeah, he's thick, evasive.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, one hit for 230, and that's like, yeah, it's like it's time to start throwing those locks up.
Yep. We're having a lock with the knight too, which feels definitely awkward.
There's that nuclear.
Oh jeez. Oh, here we go though. That's a big swing.
Yeah, 6 for 1333. We got a 3 for 540.
Okay, yeah, just hold aim right then. Oh, they look the Vorpal, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, 3 for 617.
It's a letter opener. As soon as I saw that it rolled negative, I actively forgot that I had it.
Alright, Chaos behaving here. 6
There
is
it
8.
is.
There we go. GG's.
GG's.
Felson and Wildham.
Let's see if we can get Felison and Wildham up here for an interview if they're feeling up to. I know it was like 140, which for these flags has been, it's a long run.
Mm-hmm.
This was a Topher was just rough in general, so if they don't want to, completely understand. But if they want to come up, talk to us for a little bit, and then get some final thoughts, give RPG Limit Break their channel back, and if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna be raiding somewhere too when we're done.
We are. They both said they're looking to chat, so waiting for him to jump on down.
Well, then we might have.
Wait, I'll just grab him. I can see them. Yep, I'll grab him.
All right, we yoinked Felison and Wildham in to the booth of GG's.
GG's.
That was a fun series. Congrats.
Yeah,
it was
GG,
really
it was a
fun
good
series.
series.
I'm kicking myself a bit for not remembering earlier that Life 2 was night learnable. It was just a result of some small talk with Whiteham during one of my many dives.
There was a knight in the seed?
Where did you feel that was behind
Kraken.
Kraken? That's right.
Tibalt wanted Flare, so I ended up doing Tiamat.
Yeah, at some point I needed 7 more shots, so my plan was do C, go back to Volcano for the carry kill, hope I get a shot somewhere along the way. I believe Whiteham got that shot from me, and that was good mode. And then I did a tiny bit of Sky because I saw that life was hinted there, but then I completely ignored all the other bosses. Well, I did try and leech early on, but I had no ribbons. I got wiped by all these insta kills, and I was not going all the way back through Earth just for a red mage.
That's fair.
Yeah,
They're not
Flare
that
was also good. And,
Well,
Behind
this
the
one
shot.
had the life 2 and 4 charges of temper, so, it's a team up from that black belt.
well, I actually have a question for Wild. Did you ever want exit at all, Wild?
Yeah, I really wanted it. I didn't in for it. It was in Bone Dungeon, I think.
Yep, Bone Dungeon left chest in
Yeah.
front.
Yeah, this was an annoying seed.
Yeah,
I
the
always
back and
hate it
forth.
when you have to in for everything to find the duck. Ooh, that's really bad.
Yeah. Dock and Firebird in the starting zone, and you gotta go to the back half of Windia. Ugh. And I know our other seeds were pretty horrendous too.
Yeah, the last one too was really bad. Very torturous logic on the FFMQ side.
Yeah, I think it was seed 2, I think it was, where it was just like, oh, you have to go get this item to go get this to be able to get your final crest to finally be able to go get your ship to get another item for Go mode and FFR. It was all back and forth.
Yes, those hints. The early hint said, this is going to be a floaterless seed. And then the late hint said, this is going to be a floater yes seed.
It's exactly our experience with that seed.
I like that. I never heard it put that way. I like that.
Well,
I think I don't have any more questions. This was great to like watch and learn. I don't know much about Mystic Quest, so watching you two guys, Tippled and Winehelm, run through this and Link a lot, explaining it as we go, it was really cool to watch. And there was I mean, I know that now getting Thunder Rock behind Pazuzu is a really terrible thing to see.
yes. I saw that. Like, I'm gonna go get it, and I'm like, wait a second, it's actually behind Pazuzu. I have the worst party for this. I have Tristram. No, I'm gonna come back with Kaylee. It's gonna be faster. I have to go back there anyways to go get her. So like, I'll just go get her now. I'll get everything else, and then I'll be just Thunder Rock Go mode.
Oh yeah, Whitehand doesn't talk to me a lot about what happened during the seed, so this time the one thing I knew was that at the start he said the companions were garbage.
Every one of them except for Kaylee.
Yeah, when we saw where Thunder Rock was, because since we didn't see what the hint is, we saw the hint for Thunder Rock. Like, well, it's got to be somewhere. We just don't know where it is yet. And when I saw it, he was just like, so as far as placement for the Thunder Rock, how bad was that? I'm like, that's probably the worst possible place you could find a Thunder Rock, or literally any item you need.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to fight Pazuzu, and when it's not an incentive chest, it's just like when something lands there, you're just like,
It's interesting. It's interesting. Like the Mystic Quest side, you don't want to fight the final two bosses, both dual-headed Hydra and Pazuzu. But on the FFR side, you do because you get more shards.
Yep.
The incentive different.
So, Legolas, you got any final questions here for our two runners before we give them some final thoughts and we do the raid thing and we'll do a quick little blurb about what we got going on the other channel?
I guess the only question I have, and it can be, I guess, part of final thoughts if we want it to, because I know, unfortunately, with the loss, Fellison and Wildhem, unfortunately, your tournament is over. I guess, final thoughts on tournament and then, the seed, and then we can pass it over to our winners who are moving on to face Manbear Possum.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to our next AV tournament. That's a format I really like. And my time was a great teammate.
Thank you. You are too. But yeah, this been really fun. And I want to say thank you to all the other organizers. They've been doing a bang-up job on handling everything. And congratulations, Scar Tybalt. You're going on to face Possum. Furious and Mubear, yeah. So yeah, that's a good thing. At least we won't have to face them because they're really strong. And yeah, so GG again, and good luck in your next match.
Thank you.
I guess we can move on to Scar and Tybalt. Final thoughts.
Well, it comes down again to a rematch of me and Scar versus Possum and Woo Bear. It's going to be a interesting next race. Definitely I've liked this tournament. The flag set's great. It's been really fun. So we'll definitely see what the future holds.
It's gonna be a blowout, one way or the other.
You heard it here first.
It's gonna be 0-2, but who gets the O and who gets the 2 is in the air, I think.
No, we got to have a tie, okay?
No. Listen. As funny as that is, I don't have time for that.
I think you need WinFox and team for that.
Yeah, Tibble, if we tie them in one of the races, I'm just gonna concede that.
All right, Sir Lincoln, any final thoughts before we send it on over to the other channel?
I mean, it was a really good race. Fun game 3 to commentate. Glad we finally were able to actually do a commentary together, Luby. Like we
Definitely.
were saying before, we've been trying to like do this for months and it just never seemed to work out. And it's like, so I'm volunteering. It's like, well, I'm not doing anything other than watching the marathon, so we can do this today. And yeah, it's been a pleasure and looking forward to seeing the semifinals now. I think it's going to be a great series.
100%. Like you said, we've been talking about doing this for a while. Great to get in the booth with you. It's always fun to have the chats. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to Sunflash, Rune for jumping in at the last minute to save me from the restream horrors that my computer likes to do. We're going to send you all over to Final Fantasy Randomizer Prime. We got a great marathon going on this weekend to support the Burned Children's Funds of South Carolina firefighters. Every dollar donated goes to helping these kids. And, it's a really great cause. We're going to raid you guys on over there, hang out, watch some more great randomizer action. We're doing it all weekend. Thank you to both teams for putting on a great show. Game 3s are always amazing. Thank you to chat for joining us. Thank you to RPG Limit Break for letting us hang out and borrow the channel. And for the raid you're allowing us to do as well. So with that, we're going to send you on over there. So ciao and chillax, everybody. Final Fantasy Randomizer fam, we gone.